if the soul dies there in the human's body, do you know that you'll also die with it? And then, coming back here will be absolutely impossible. I'm telling you, think again about this situation because anything can happen. This is very dangerous work. In response, our Mu said, "Hey, why are you worrying about me? You probably haven't realized that you're worrying about Mu, who has never been defeated by anyone, and there's no problem for which he hasn't found a solution. This was my problem 1,000 years ago, and today I've solved it myself. You should understand this well. There is no task that I cannot do, so there's no need to take too much tension. I will return soon, okay? But anyway, thank you so much for your concern. If it were someone else in your place, they would have said, 'Go ahead, so that I can get a chance to rule over this god's sanctuary for a bit.' Which is the dream of every god except him, to become the ruler of this god realm and rule over the other gods. But even in this situation, in the end, Young repeats the same thing again. Don't act like this. This is not allowed, bro, and there's a better reason too. This is a dangerous task. That's why the scene suddenly shifts, and we see a monster with horns protruding from its forehead. This is probably the demon lord, who is burning to ashes, and his screams are echoing. The one responsible for this state is a boy holding a fire sword in his hand, and he says, "Yes, finally, you bastard, I've defeated you. I've done it. I've defeated the demon lord." And with this, the game ends. This is a game, and its ending was this. The person from our world, whose body I am about to possess, will commit suicide. Before dying, he completes the ending of his favorite game. After finishing the game, his only desire is to know when he will get the chance to become a hero like this character in another world, because he is utterly fed up with this world. Does a fantasy world really exist? Do gods truly exist? Will the gods listen to him? So, yes, he doesn't want to live here, but wants to live as a hero in another world. And if, by luck, the gods listen to him, and he does get transported to another world, can he have a harem like this? Will he be the hero of another world? Will he have a harem? Will people call him lucky? He wants to experience all these things. While watching his favorite game, this guy's wish becomes clear. Now, let's find out who he is. He is a 17-year-old boy named 𝗖𝗵, an ordinary person from Earth, and after playing his favorite game, he says this before committing suicide. He says, "I really enjoyed this," and throws his phone down from above, where he is about to jump. The height is such that his phone breaks, and the time of suicide is at night. There's no one at the school, and who knows if he even has parents or not. But anyway, we don't need to worry too much, because he himself doesn't regret committing suicide at this late hour. He is doing this willingly, meaning he wants to die. This has become his last option. Saying this, he jumps, bidding farewell to this world and its people. And this is the moment when 𝗖𝗵, while jumping, repeats all those thoughts. If there really is a God in this world, then go to hell. Whether you exist or not, it doesn't make any difference. I don't want to live in this worthless world. Even if you're upset by my words, I'm angrier at you because you didn't fulfill my wish of sending me to another world. If you want to make me happy and make me apologize, you'll have to send me to another world where I can build my harem and leave this loser life behind to become a hero." These were 𝗖𝗵's last words, and as he says this, he hits the ground, and we see blood. 𝗖𝗵's head is split open, and he is dead. But what's this? His hand is still moving, and suddenly he takes a deep breath as if he has come back to life. But this time it's not 𝗖𝗵, but Mu, who, after dying, has transferred into his body as per the contract. And Mu, in pain, says, "Oh God, what's happening? It feels like my whole body is broken. What do I do now?" This was Mu's condition. Then, as the scene shifts to the God Sanctuary, 𝗖𝗵 arrives there, his face showing both panic and sweat. He is shocked and scared, looking at something, and that something is none other than Young, who is standing in serious mode, staring at 𝗖𝗵. And 𝗖𝗵, who is as small as a mouse in front of him, says, Be brother, who are you?" Young is also nervous and nervously asks 𝗖𝗵, "Hey, you idiot, I should be asking you, who are you? How did you get here? Did someone give you a special invitation? Get out of here, you fool! Master, what are you doing? Then we are taken back in time a bit, where Mu had his hand on earth, preparing to come here, and Young was stopping him, because this task could be very risky. In response, Mu says, "If you're worried, then look at who you're worrying about. Don't you know that no one can do what I do? Even the gods couldn't defeat me, so why are you being so serious about this small matter?" Saying this, Mu silences Young because Mu has already given him the answer he needed. Now, he doesn't want to waste any more time standing here. It's time to leave. So, as the scene shifts back to Earth, we see that 𝗖𝗵𝗽 had already died in mid-air out of fear, and before hitting the ground, Mu enters his body as per the contract between them. And as soon as he hits the ground with a loud thud, he feels immense pain, which is reflected in his facial expressions. Now, everything becomes clear. 𝗖𝗵𝗽 had already left because he died in mid-air out of fear, and now I'll repeat Young's words to you all again, as he told Mu. If your soul remains in that body, and for some reason the body gets severely damaged to the point where the person could die, then if your soul remains in that body, it will be very difficult to keep it alive. Remember, if the body dies, you will die with it. After falling from such a height, anyone could die. Now Mu is in big trouble because 𝗖𝗵𝗽 jumped from a great height, and if Mu doesn't do something, he will die. But what can Mu do? He's no longer a god but a human. So, will he die? Let me tell you, although Mu doesn't have his godly powers because he has survived for millions of years, he knows a lot about the human body. Keeping this in mind, he uses a technique called evolve muscle. Remember, this is not a superpower. If this technique is possible, it's because of Mu's experience. Okay, so repeatedly calling him Mu is making me uncomfortable now. I'm getting confused, so let's call him Wukong. With so many years of experience, Wukong can manually control every muscle in his body. Among these, the heart is something you can't control because the heart controls you. If its ticking stops, it's the end for you. But Wukong's survival was possible because he understands the nature of the human body so well that he can manually control even this part of the human body, which is very difficult to control. If this were possible, no one would die, and everyone would live forever. Later, Wukong, who is now in 𝗖𝗵𝗽's body on Earth, opens his eyes. He has repaired his heart, and after falling from such a height, he stops the bleeding using this technique. After repairing himself, though not 100%, he makes himself capable of moving. He stands up and says, "It's been a long time since I've seen this much blood. I don't know why, but after shedding so much blood, I'm not scared, but excited." Feeling the pain, which is now an accomplishment for him, he thinks to himself, "Though the other gods call me a fool, after feeling this pain, I can openly say I have no regrets about coming here. What I wanted, I got. Pain. I had almost forgotten what pain feels like." Accepting this happily, he starts recalling his memories. Since he is now in 𝗖𝗵𝗽's body, he needs to find out the address of his home, which on Earth is called home. So, in this emergency, he only finds out that much. After going to the base, he will want to know more about this boy. But as I said, he has repaired himself enough to move. But he is still in a human body, so he stumbles and moves very slowly toward the base. Seeing this, he says, "If I keep moving like this, it will take me a long time to reach the base, so I'll have to try that technique again." And strangely, later, he does a handstand, which even I don't understand, but perhaps this is one of Wukong's abilities, because as soon as Wukong uses it, we are taken to 𝗖𝗵𝗽's home, which is more of a basement than a home, because he lives in a single room underground. Wukong has been here for over an hour now, and in this hour, he has learned all of 𝗖𝗵𝗽's memories. Now, he knows everything about this guy's body and his life, what happened to him that made him not want to live on Earth anymore. After investigating 𝗖𝗵𝗽's memories, he finds out that the only family 𝗖𝗵𝗽 has is a male figure, but he stays very far away. So, technically, he has left 𝗖𝗵𝗽 alone. 𝗖𝗵𝗽 has been living alone, taking care of his school, food, clothes, and everything else by himself. If we divide this into two simple words, his life is filled with poverty and humiliation. Wukong also learns about Liho's school, which he calls an attending place, because he is unaware of Earth's rules and regulations. After all, he's a fool who only knows how to fight. How will he know about the people he's responsible for? But in addition to all these memories, he learns about another person in his school, a bully whose name we don't know yet. This bully has been targeting Liho for a long time, beating him without any reason. Whenever he sees Liho, he uses him as a punching bag and a stress reliever. A stress reliever means if you're in a bad mood, you can punch a bag a few times to release stress. But here, this bully has made Liho his punching bag and vents his anger on him without any reason. Seeing this situation, Wukong says, "This is perfect for me because I know how much I love fighting. So, this situation is perfect for me. Yes, I feel bad for Liho because it's different for him. Everyone has their own perspective. Seeing this situation, it's better for Liho to die than live this humiliating life. And for me, since no one messes with me, this is the life I want because I don't need to chase anyone. I can pick a fight with anyone I want, meaning uninvited guests will come to me themselves and I can fight them." Saying this, he throws a punch, which causes him immense pain, and he can feel his muscles screaming in agony. But despite this situation, he doesn't want to go to the hospital. He remembers that the handstand he did might be the reason his hand is in so much pain, because looking at this body, anyone can tell it's very weak and hasn't been through tough times. So, after doing something as strenuous as a handstand, this body is in a lot of pain. So much pain that if it were Liho, he would have died from it. But here, we're talking about Wukong, who is a fighting freak. Feeling the muscle pain, he has a strange smile on his face and is enjoying it immensely, because this is the first time in 1,000 years he's feeling pain. Smiling like a madman, drool drips from his mouth, like when a drug addict gets their fix. Here, Wukong is the same. He wants pain, not drugs. Feeling the pain, his facial expressions are something that doesn't look normal at all. And with Liho's body making such expressions, bro, this is no less than a hybrid. And with this, morning arrives, which is a pleasant day, but with a twist. When Liho jumped from the school roof, a lot of blood was flowing from his head, and the floor was covered in blood. After the whole night, the blood has dried and stuck to the ground. As morning comes, we see a lot of police officers who have put up no entry signs and aren't letting anyone in. Those with phones are recording. Some are scared, some are curious, and some have come to investigate. We also see glasses on the ground, which belong to none other than Liho. And now, as soon as the devil's name is mentioned, the devil appears. Because in the morning, Liho, whose body is now occupied by Wukong, we'll call him Liho, is humming as he walks, as if he has no curiosity about this matter. The ones who are curious are left to investigate, and without showing any interest, he enters the school without telling them that the blood was actually his. He lets them do their job, which is their duty. He doesn't want to disturb them. It seems that Wukong, who is in Liho's body, doesn't know much about the school, like the fact that you have to be on time. So, he arrives very late, but he isn't worried about it. If he's excited about anything, it's about meeting the guy who used to bully Liho. So, Liho opens the door very quickly, right in the middle of a lecture. And he opens it so hard that, well, let me tell you, the door slams back and hits him in the face. It's like Newton's law, action and reaction. This foolish act catches the attention of the bully who used to torment Liho. The bully calls Liho an idiot and asks what he's doing here so early in the morning. He asks if Liho is on some drugs because his behavior seems different. Liho, enjoying his pain, later approaches the bully with a serious face and stands right in front of him. Standing there, he looks at the bully like a psycho and laughs. Laughing, he looks at the bully and says, "Yes, so you're the one who used to bully Liho. Tell me, you're the one, right?" Seeing Liho's courage, the bully says, Wow, it seems you've gone completely mad. Until now, I thought you hadn't slept all night, so your brain wasn't working, but you've confirmed that you've become completely insane. But forget that. I've noticed you're not wearing your glasses. Where are your glasses? Haven't you realized you left them at home?" Saying this, the bully gets up angrily and slaps Li-Ho hard across the face. After slapping him, the bully starts interrogating Li-Ho, asking if he sold his glasses. If he did, the bully wants the money. And after selling the glasses, Li-Ho has become an even easier target for him because without proper vision, it will be easier to beat him. The bully compares Li-Ho to an old lady who can't see anything without her glasses, and whose life is filled with humiliation. The slap was so hard that blood started flowing from Li-Ho's nose, and Li-Ho just stares at him with a death stare while blood drips from his nose. Now we are told about Li-Ho, or rather Wukong inside him and his nature. When it comes to his favorite thing, which is fighting, we are told that Wukong loves fighting. When it comes to fighting, he has a very strong rule that he has never broken. A fight only starts when both parties agree to fight and feel the aura of battle. Only then is the fight fought, without a purpose. If only one party wants to fight and the other doesn't, it can't be called a fight. And his rule is that until someone attacks him first, he won't start the fight. We'll see the next part in the next episode. Until then, bye.